Hi, welcome to Black Amethyst Oracle. This is Carmen. The moon is currently new in Cancer, which is brought up, you know, so much from a receding tide, everything that's laying on the shore exposed now. That's how I feel about this astrological situation, and it's inspired me to do this reading, which could fit for you at any time. The question that I'm looking at, these are going to be relatively quick. The question I'm looking into is where you might need to focus some of your energy in order to heal something in your heart right now, something in your heart that needs attention from your own healing, loving energy. Okay, so I do have 3 separate groups. Number 1 is with this moonstone. There's a little bit of flash, but it's very difficult to there. It's hard to see. My lighting is awful. Number 1, moonstone. Number 2, orange calcite, like a dreamsicle. And number 3, tektite. All right. Meditate on these. See what feels right. Maybe you'll feel a ping in your heart chakra, and I will see you at your reading. Hi to group 1, the moonstone. From the Dirt Gems deck, you have this calendula, and from the Prism Oracle, sadness and isolation. So this just wants me to say that, you may have been recently or now in a quiet sort of mood and space, like sort of turning inward, maybe feeling sad, maybe feeling lonely. You may be having issues around not trusting or misunderstandings, and there may be some toxic kind of beliefs and possibly behaviors that you need to take a look at in yourself, or potentially coming, energy that comes toward you from someone else around you. This is a real sort of energy of a need to open to the right things, you know what I mean? Like open to healing, open to consciousness, and open to, finding your boundaries, like looking for them and placing them. There's also just a little something about like, self-protection, and self-healing is what I get. Like, it's almost like a wounded animal in retreat, you just sort of lying in the woods, healing and licking their wounds and hoping to stay hidden from predators and healing. And if that sounds like something that resonates with you now or your situation, then this could be a helpful reading for you. If it doesn't really sound right, that doesn't mean that it isn't a part of you that isn't, because this reading is about like something in your heart that needs focus. So maybe you haven't quite noticed this, and that's what this reading is for, to bring up something that's going on in your heart that is only going to benefit you to pay some attention to and put some love into. So I am going to use this deck, Wild Unknown, and just get just a little more about this. Okay. What does group 1, Moonstone, need to know right now about healing themselves? Then we've got the Devil. More about healing. 1, Moonstone. Knight of Cups. more about this message. Magician. And so, 1. 5 of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Okay. If you've been falling into bad habits, you know, I did say up here there may have been some toxic behaviors or some toxic self-limiting beliefs, you know, that you may have going on. You may not be fully aware of that right now. Maybe you are, though, if you're doing something you know probably isn't great for you. It could be, you know, like I said, behaviors that you're engaging in, you know, just unhealthy or something, but also like it could be partnership, you know, friendship, relationships type thing where there's a toxic element that's bringing up something in you that needs your attention now. With this Knight of Cups and this Magician, I feel a sense of a lot of wishful thinking and a lot of interest in manifesting what you really want. But I feel that you may be getting caught up with, you know, these ideas, like, I don't want to say like doing it the wrong way, but like there may be, I think all of your intentions are true, but you may be a little misguided in what it is that is really good for you, and you want to call in what is good for you and right for you, and sometimes you want to call in a specific person or a specific thing without really either understanding or wanting to face the fact that that is not really the best thing for you. And sometimes it's very difficult, but we have to understand, if we're in a situation of rejection, that, you know, rejection is divine protection, and it's important to understand that sometimes, because you'll see it said that, you know, maybe the universe or your spiritual guidance has something better planned for you. There's more in store. There's something more right for you. And especially the more honest and true you are to your real deepest desires and hopes, like the more ability the universe and spirit will have to grant you what you really will find fulfilling and lovely. And it's hard to know, you know, you have to have like this blind faith in that. So that's difficult sometimes, especially when you're like, but I see this before me, and this is what I want, and this is what I want. But it's like sometimes that's just not really how it works, and it just relies on this real trust and trusting in your higher self. And the good news is, you know, this Nine of Wands, you are your own greatest ally here when it comes to getting what you need, because nobody cares, you know, as deeply as you do about yourself getting that and having that, you know, like, you know, you can be loved infinitely and beyond by however many others, but you are the one who's personally invested in your own growth and your own ascension and your own well-being and your own path forward. So there's just, I just feel, I feel like I said that in a really harsh way, and I hope you're still with me, but this is what I'm getting. It feels like there's some real sort of possibly obsessive focus on something that isn't necessarily in your best interest, and like I said, a lot of wishful thinking and this desire to manifest. And I think that you're really fixated on this it feels romantic, and there may be a lot of passion involved in trying to lure into existence what it is you want from someone. I just really feel one last thing that I feel it's worth mentioning to you is, you are absolutely worthy of everything your heart needs. And, you, like I said, you're going to have to trust spirit on that to help you get that and get there and find that. And, like I said, it's protection because if the person that you're focused on is not the true thing that you need, that is, ultimately going to result in, anxiety, worry, and obsession, and feeling unworthy, feeling rejected, feeling unloved. And, those are not the feelings that create abundance for you. Those are lack mentality feelings that are being sort of like sifted over you, because it's where you're putting your focus and your energy. So my advice to you based on this and what I'm getting as a message for you right now is to take care of yourself, to trust yourself before you trust someone who's not supplying you the love you need or the attention you need. Like I said, find those boundaries and enforce them. And sometimes it's not about what another person wants. It's about what you want. And, you may be waiting for the answer about what somebody else wants. But the truth is, do you want to be waiting for answers about what someone else wants? Or do you want someone who claims you, I don't know. This is all coming through. And if you're not in a romantic entanglement, then it might not make a whole ton of sense, but it came through that way. So I send you so much healing and illumination through this period. And I see, I feel that you do have the power to bring in, like I said, the healing and the love that you need in your life, and the good vibes, and you do have the power to tell the negative energy it's not allowed in. It's not allowed. So, all right, that's what I have, and please do let me know how you feel if you like. Thank you. Hi to group 2. You chose the orange calcite. You have California Poppy, Peace, and Magic as the oracle cards. What I'm picking up on the energy here for this reading is you may be potentially in a situation of not being able to decide something, wanting something better for yourself, but not knowing exactly which way to go with that, maybe feeling overwhelmed. There is for you a message about trying to look at things with the innocence and excitement of of youth, like just trying to sort of like go back to that eternal child kind of joy and just find that peace there. And it is in that sort of like grounding, calming space where we are kind of at home inside ourselves. Like, even though our inner children often need a lot of love and attention and care and healing, when you look back and you think about your truest essence, that was very present for you when you were a child. Just if you just think about your happier times and your more whimsical beliefs that you held as a child, possibly, those are where when you believed in magic, if you I'm not saying that you don't now, because obviously I do, but it's taking that sort of that perspective of anything is possible and everything is exciting. You know what I mean? Like it's youthful and it's childlike, and it's good for you sometimes, especially if you if you really can't make a decision and you're feeling overwhelmed, it can be good to sink into a space of like, you know, just sitting with your own inner peace for a moment about like what you want to see, what you daydream, what you would imagine if you were having like pretend play, you know, and just really just kind of work it out that way, if that makes any sense to you. There's for sure, what is it? Suspend disbelief. If you can suspend disbelief and believe that anything is possible, that may sound overwhelming in itself, you know, to think that your options are so varied and so many that it's difficult to pin down which thing to do. Stay or go, you know, it could be anything. But if you can just believe in the magic of your own imagination, then your imagination will bring you the answers you seek, and you through your own imagination, I get the sense that you can find this sort of peace that just allows you to open to the answers. I really hope I'm making sense. I know what I mean. It's not always easy to talk. Plus, I'm trying to hurry because I don't have a lot of time. All right, I'm going to use this Wild Unknown deck to just get a quick reading about what you need to know about where your energy might be focused to bring you healing, peace, health in your heart. Number 2, orange calcite. Tell me what they need to know about something in their heart that needs attention. This is the King of Cups. More for number 2, orange calcite. They need to know. The Fool. Orange calcite, number 2. They need to know what's in their heart that needs attention. Six of Swords. I always get confused with the swords and the wands on the 6 in this deck. All right. Number 2 needs to know what's happening in their heart that needs focus, a loving attention. Ace of Wands. One more, please. Tell them. Orange calcite, number 2. A message from their heart. Ace of Swords. Look at you right here with this Ace of Swords and this Ace of Wands here. Okay. Maybe right now you are controlling your emotions to the best of your ability. Maybe you feel an enormous amount of emotions and compassion, and you're giving, but you're sort of maybe holding back right now for some reason, you know, depending upon a situation. Perhaps like a job or a family member or the whole family or friends or a partner are asking much of you. That is a possibility. And there's also the possibility that you don't know what they can handle as far as like you showering them with love and affection, meaning that you could be dealing with someone who's in sort of a like pulled away space. So at any rate, there's this element of you controlling your emotions, having lots of emotions, but controlling them and really wanting to start to really just get on with the next good part, the next good chapter. There's this feeling of wanting the renewal, which is actually very present up here. The renewal of you know, like your upgrade of yourself and your life, and like getting into the next part. And that is echoed here with the Six of Swords, as far as like moving forward into what is better for you, beyond or away from something that may have been sort of dragging your energy down a little bit. So for this part of, there's this feeling of needing to relax that control to the point where you can, I hate to say love freely, because I mean there are reasons why we keep a lid on our emotions, and we don't share them so willingly. Perhaps you are not willing to be completely vulnerable, you're worried about getting hurt, or maybe you are just in limbo waiting for someone else to be able to accept your love. These are a couple different scenarios I'm getting. There is sorry, my phone went off. There's a there's trust here. There's trust in, wow. There's the need for you to trust in what we talked about up here. What that inner child in you loved, and what you fantasized, imagined, like a very long held idea or dream of yours. Trust in that. Trust in who you are at your core. I hear you are loved. You are loved. And that was just said to me. So moving forward, I think that it's will be happening, and it will be good, and there's going to be an enormous amount of clarity for you, and opening up of possibilities, and knowing what you want to do, and being able to charge ahead with it. And this could be a project, this dream that we've talked about, and even in relationships, if that's what's on your mind, that can also mean getting into a space. I haven't looked at the details. I don't know who it's with, but this is definitely like you have an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Swords. This is fire and air. It's really combustible, and lots of power, lots of electricity, lots of fire, lots of moving forward in a very like determined way. So, in a very clarified way, like knowing what you want and knowing how to do it. And it's all coming. This moving forward, not going to be a problem for you, and I guess really my advice is just simply, the things we were talking about before we saw this. It's echoed right here with this Father of Cups and this Fool. I mean, my heart right now, as I meditate on this, I said, like, you are loved, and there's very much there's a very strong feeling for me here of vulnerability and either not knowing how loved you are, maybe it hasn't been disclosed or told to you enough, or like I said, this holding back. And I got this feeling like it's wild, because like there's this black swan, and there's this little, I'm gonna say gosling, even though it could be a duck. There's just this feeling of like not wanting to be a helicopter parent, here. And it just reminds me of, not wanting to over indulge someone or something, like not wanting to suffocate it with your attention and desires, your own personal ego and needs, and this feeling of just so desperately wanting to see everything be good. And you know, I can't say what's going on. This is a very quick general reading, but like I said, that in the beginning, there's something that you can't decide, and you want something to be better, and you're not sure how to make it happen. And all I can really say is, you know, that's echoed here with the Six of Swords, moving forward, wanting better, not knowing how it's coming. You will. The Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords say so, but I guess the advice part comes here from this. Like I said, there is in your heart a need to remember the magic, remember your imagination, remember your childlike joy, your internal core, the earliest things that made you thrilled. They're usually little things, and there's simple joy in that sort of thing. And I think if something's overwhelming you, just lean back into like this part of yourself that remembers life in such a more pure and simple way. And I hope that's helpful. I know it's kind of all over the place and a little weird, but that's my thing, I guess. Anyway, take care of yourself and let me know if any of this resonates. And if you have any more questions about it, I know these are quick, and I may be able to address questions later in comments. Thank you. Hi to group 3. You chose the Tektite. You've received Damiana from the Dirt Gems Oracle and Intuition and Energy from PRISM Oracle. Just immediately from these, the energy that I'm picking up is one that is, oh, it's so ethereal, you know, like I get this feeling, you know, there's a real dreamy energy. That's what Damiana's about. And the intuition and energy, like there's a lot of like meta happening here. Things that are going on in the dreamscape, things that are going on in the deep subconscious or super conscious of your mind. There's a lot of focus here on, you know, the senses and sensuality, and like the way things feel, you know, like the way things feel inside in your other sense, you know, this feeling of things being right. But, you know, to speak to something in your heart that may need attention, there's the possibility of feeling stuck or depleted. You may be feeling stuck, trapped, even a little hopeless, and certainly depleted of your energy, like drained. Like trapped can mean that as well. And there's just a need to sort of refocus your energy and tap into your intuition and restore your own good, you know, the balance, but also your good magic is what I hear. Like I get the feeling that you are probably more creative. I get the feeling that you could be feeling a bit lost. I get the feeling you are looking for answers in other realms, other ways than you know, you're willing to try uncharted territory. You're willing to learn new methods, you know, and that's great. So let me just get into tarot. I'm in a bit of a hurry, so these are really quick today. Tektite 3. Tell me more about what their heart needs them to see right now. The Tower. Tell me more, number 3. Tektite needs in their heart right now. Focus on Tick tight. Number 3 needs to focus on something in their heart now. Queen of Swords. Number 3. And one more. Number 3, tick tight. Do they need to know about their heart right now? 10 of Cups. All right. Okay. Starting off with the Tower, Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Moon, and 10 of Cups. All right. So you may have had a Tower moment. I mean, when the Tower card comes up first, what are we left to think, right? There may be something may have rocked your world recently, a total upset, a total upheaval, like everything could have been just completely flipped and is in a mess on the floor, and you are like, what do I do? So you may be seeking, guidance desperately almost, and through your dreams, through astral, like intuition, just energetic attempts to find this within yourself. You seem very open, very, very, very open. I would caution you to be careful being so open in a vulnerable state, just from personal experience. But moving along, I think that it looks like it feels like it, and looks like there's been a bit of an upset. Like things just kind of just came to a grinding halt in the way that they were, and now it's kind of like, okay, what now, right? So with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Swords, I'm getting the feeling that I feel like there's a very creative, I got that up here too. Yeah, there's this very, very creative energy. I mean, Knight of Cups is always about like this knight in shining armor and the romantic offer. But here, what I'm seeing is you trying to call in the source. You trying to call in the creative juice, the creative flow, and the source that will basically nourish you through your experience. I know that sounds heavy, and I know I'm going fast, but if you know, you know, right? I get the feeling that there's, for you, you feel that there are answers that you can tap into within yourself, and you're trying to get to those, and that is represented here with a Knight of Cups, and this swan here with this magical cup ready to help you. It's a cup full of love and answers and support and nourishment for what you need right now after what you've been through. And then with the Queen of Swords, there's a feeling of another guidance that is clear, and they always call the Queen of Swords the Ice Queen, and so it may feel like some of your lessons are coming to you in such a stark, rough way, like in such a non-maternal way of all the queens, that's what I'm getting here. But I mean, this owl, like the owls are goddess creatures, and I do feel goddess energy coming through to you, but it's almost in a tough love situation. That's how I feel it, like you're asking for and expecting this, and it could happen in this sort of creativity boon, but like with the mother, the Queen of Swords, the Mother of Swords, there's a feeling of, like I said, tough love. It's just this like lessons and expertise and advice and guidance coming to you in ways that are just like, ooh, just like a, I don't want to say abrasive or uncaring or cold, but just ways that are just very blunt and very direct and very logical and rational, and it may seem the way these come to you through femme goddess energy, it may come to you in a way that makes you be like, you know, can I even trust this? Like, do you even care about me? And it's like, yes, you can. You know, that's what I'm telling you. So with the moon, there's just more here about like a bit of confusion. It's the confusion about, you know, what's real, what's reality, what's just in your imagination, like whether or not you can trust these messages, these intuitions that you receive, you know. And you will sort it out, and the moon will, you know, as the moon does, as it moves, it becomes, you know, more and more luminous, and as you know, as the days move on, your clarity and your knowing what to do and your trusting of your own intuition will fill out, and it will become more bright, you know. It'll become more like obvious, I guess, is the thing that I'm saying to you. And with the 10 of Cups here, this is your you know, happy, I don't want to say happy ending, even though that's a very common way to put this. It's fulfillment, and it's you getting there and you working on that. And it is through these experiences of being totally shaken and totally broken and totally having to, like, you know, find your own rescue squad inside here. I just heard a Bjork song, my rescue squad is too exhausted. Oof, I can't remember the name of the song, but it's Bjork, and it's for you, and I really am not helpful if I can't remember it. I'll try to look it up and link it. Let me write that down. Bjork song. Okay, and then yeah, this is good though. This is a good omen. This is a good message. This is, Spirit is with you. Spirit sees what you're going through. Spirit knows and is telling me right now for sure to tell you that everything's gonna be okay, and that you're you know, the good comes around and the bad comes around, and you know, this cycle too will roll out, and you're going to be a more better for it, you know, in the end. Not the end, when is the end, you know. But I think you know what I mean. So yeah, like, I guess my big message is here for you regarding like what your heart needs you to focus on right now. It is your, you know, your desire and your willingness and your openness to receive the messages that you're seeking, and the answers that you're seeking, and knowing what to do, how to replenish what is, you know, what is torn away from you, how to rebuild, how to get out of a stuck place. And that is all coming to you. Just keep trusting that you are tapping into some good places, and even if they feel a little off-putting sometimes, like, be able to listen to the tougher advice is something that is here for you, and you know, and hear that in yourself as well. It doesn't have to come from the outside. I mean, this is goddess energy. It can come from your dog, or it can come from, you know, from inside yourself, or it could come from your mom. You know, I'm just saying, you know, there's definitely a confirmation here that you're guided, and the creativity that I feel you're seeking and the love that I feel you're seeking is in there. It's totally in there. And you use your sensuality, and you use your creativity, and you use your intuition and your openness to find new and uncharted stuff, like I said, is only going to serve you super well. So that is what I have for you, and I hope that it was helpful. I know it was kind of a big and weird and maybe even psychedelic, but that's just what it is, and that's just how I am. But I do hope someone liked it. Comment, let me know, and I wish you all the best. This is a good place for you to be. I'll just say that. Thanks.